post-market Fed reaction. Well, it was, I got to say, a crazy day. Caught me a little bit surprised, but I think I know how things set up, at least for this week, and I've got some ideas on how things set up next week. So today we're going to look at SPX, Qs, IWM, and the VIX, and what it means for Thursday, Friday, and then how it plays out for next week. So with that, let's dig in. All right, so the Fed is out. 50 basis point cut. I got to tell you, caught me off guard. Markets didn't really expect it just a week ago. The odds of a 50 point cut were only 14%, and then it happened. So what exactly did we see? Well, on the news, the market exploded higher. We hit an all-time high, 56.89, only to close down. Now, I've got this blue line on my chart. This is the FOMC minutes from August. And we keep kind of gravitating back to that level. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of interesting. So where does this kind of leave us after getting that weird selling? Well, we did touch a new all-time high, didn't close there. Same thing as what happened on Thursday. Friday is quadruple witching expiration. So that means we're expiring index options, equity options, futures, and futures options. Leading into that, that's typically going to be bullish. Typically, the first day's reaction is wrong. So what I'm looking for is Thursday and Friday, we could see the market move higher. I think you're going to see the S&P threaten the highs that we saw on Friday or on Wednesday by the end of the day, Friday. Qs are in a little different shape. Qs have not been able to get off the mat. Our high from Wednesday wasn't the high from August, which wasn't the high from July. Qs are actually in a bit of a weird downtrend, believe it or not. But I do like the Qs higher. I think we'll get to our August high. The one I really like on the week is IWM. IWM exploded higher, got to 226. Folks, this is the level we're hunting. I think it could be 230 by Friday. Why? Lower rates are really good for small caps. And this aggressive rate cut is going to be good for small caps. That's going to give us some bullishness on Friday, into Friday. Then what happens? Well, once all that paper from quadruple witching comes off, and there is a lot. Let me go back to SPX. I'm going to show you the option chain for AM options in September. Look at all of this open interest, folks. That's this column here, these two columns. Look at all that open interest. There's just a massive amount of it. And with those coming off, that frees up a lot of air pockets. That opens up air pockets, if you will. And I think over the weekend, people are going to say, why is the Fed dropping rates by 50 basis points? So I'm thinking next week could be a little bit bearish. So now, what does that mean for the VIX? Well, VIX, if you look, closed back in kind of a weird contango. We have backwardation with the election. Kind of looks like the Big Dipper, if you will, or a check mark. But the cash index is trading at a discount to the whole curve. So it's like call it a partial backwardation. Generally speaking, I think we're going to see October get pulled a little bit lower. We're going to see November get pulled lower, and we're going to see the VIX kind of easing off through Friday. Next week, I actually think a little bit of a market pullback if it's not aggressive, and I don't expect it to be aggressive. I'm talking maybe a return back toward 5,500, 5,550, somewhere in that range. We could actually see the market pullback and the VIX pullback at the same time. Last but not least, let's look at bonds. TLT initially was, a little bit stronger and then gave back a bunch on that 50-point cut. It had a really nice rally leading into the Fed announcement and then pulled back. This pullback is probably an interesting opportunity to go long. Same story with IEF. I like these ones to go long. One of the plays I kind of like for the month is in VIX options. I'm looking at regular October expires on the 16th. And I'm looking at the 16 puts or the 15 puts. The 16 puts for VIX are 30 cents. I think those are an interesting buy. The 15 puts are less than 10 cents. I think either of those, if I buy the 15 puts for 10 cents, I think I'll get an opportunity to sell them at a quarter. If I buy the 16 puts, I think I'll get an opportunity to sell them at 50 or 55 cents. Folks, coming up tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going to be having a really important special event that you don't want to miss. It is going to be our really educational, worth your time. It is the Flash 10 event. If you haven't joined and registered yet, make sure you do. It's in this email. If you're watching me on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment, leave a question, and I'll be happy to get it to you. All right, folks, I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Have a great day. I will talk to you guys very soon.